What is up, you guys? Back at it again with another video. UFC Denver, Namajunas versus Tracy Cortez. This is the breakdown of what happened to these fights. Pretty decent card, not gonna lie. Had some good picks, had some bad picks. There were some great fights. Jean Silva versus Dober. Fight of the year for me. Jean Silva, fighting nerds. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Let's just start off with the first fight of the card. We'll even get to Tracy Cortez losing her eyelash. We'll get there. Evan Elder versus Darrius Flowers. They both took this fight. They both took this fight on four days' notice to beef up this miraculous card. In the first round, Evan Elder and Darrius Flowers, they just were swinging, fast-paced, takedowns everywhere. But, dude, you're fighting in altitude. You're fighting in Denver. You know you're gonna get gassed. You're 4 days notice. It's all about who has the gas tank. And Evan Elder had the gas tank right there. Darrius Flowers started the second round. It just showed he was just tired. And Evan Elder gets on top, has top position, gets an arm triangle in, and chokes him out in the second round. I did not predict this fight, but Evan Elder, good job, man. You gotta win in the UFC, you gotta win in Denver. On to the next one. Now this is where it all starts. Josh Fremd versus Ange Petrovski. I said Ange Petrovski would win this fight using his All-American wrestling, and that's what literally happened. In the first round, he gets on top, stays there, and it was basically the story of the fight with Ange Petrovski. Him just using his wrestling to just keep Josh Fremd down, whatever his name is. In the second and third round, like, Fremd tried doing something with the striking, throwing flying knees, but it's Petrovski. You're gonna get taken down. All 3 rounds of wrestling for Petrovski. It's a mid fight. It's one of the decision fights that we're just like, oh, whatever. But let's move on to the next one. There's some good fights on here, man. This was a decent card until the co-main and main event just shitted it. Luana Santos versus Mariana Agapova. In the first round, Luana Santos was not playing at all. Gets her with a straight right. Mariana Agapova just gets down, just gets knocked down. But she got back up. Luana Santos just using her judo, using her background, and gets on top. Gets an arm triangle just like Elder, but she didn't get it. And instead, she shifted to her back and got a rear naked choke, and that shit was tight. Mariana Agapova was gonna freaking tap. She double tapped. She just couldn't take it anymore. Luana Santos didn't like her last performance, even though it was a win. She got the dub here. I predicted her to win. She does this little sexy dance in the crowd, get the crowd hyped up, 2 finishes already in the start of the card. So we're like, okay. Good job. I picked Luana Santos. On to the next one, man. We got some good ones to talk about, especially about Jean Silva, bro. I'm gonna be there talking about Jean Silva for a while. So, Montel Jackson versus Damon Blackshear. Crazy finish. He literally just throws a 1-2. The left one hits the chest barely. It didn't even hit the chest, honestly. And then he comes at him with a right. Hits him right in the button. Dominic Cruz, before he even got the knockout, was like, hey, watch out for Montel Jackson straight punches. They're lightning quick. And then it happens. It just literally happens. His nickname is Quick. fight happened quick. I got this one wrong. Damon Blackshear, he's dangerous, man. I mean, I picked Damon Blackshear and Montel Jackson. He's dangerous, bro. Montel Jackson's dangerous. He's quick on the feet. He has quick punches. It showed why he knocked out Ronnie Yama. Should have picked him. But yeah, man, it's gonna happen sometimes when you know you're gonna lose some fights to Damon Blackshear, and definitely lost this one. Great job by Montel Jackson. Can't wait to see his next fight. He's electric on the feet. On to the next one. Jasmine Judovic versus Fatime Kline. I predicted Jasmine Judovic to win. That's exactly what happened. Kline took Jasmine down, but then, you're in Jasmine's world and she's going to take you down. That's exactly what happened. Stayed on top for the entire round. Almost got a rear naked choke in, but ended with some ground and pound in the first round. Second round, Fatime Kline started off really good on the feet. She was throwing 1-2s. She was doing something until Jasmine gets her to the fence. And from there on out, she went to the ground, and Jasmine's going to keep you there. She had her in a body lock, the body triangle the entire time. And the third round was kind of like the same. Kline Kline on the feet, she was doing amazing, bro. She was catching like these 1-2s. She was throwing herself out there, but then she just doesn't have the takedown defense or any get up. And Jasmine just takes her down. And she wins by decision. And the crowd was like booing and shit, but Jasmine was just there like, yes, give me more boos, give me more boos. Whatever. On to the next one. We have the parlay killer, the prospect killer. We have Charles Johnson versus Josephine. Charles Johnson, his stamina, his cardio is just amazing. And he was actually doing pretty decent, pretty good on the feet. Not gonna lie, pretty good on the feet. Started off quick, knowing that Joshua Van is a really slow starter. And he lands a right. And he was just throwing kicks real good. But Joshua caught one in the first round and they went down. But they got back up. Went to striking. Charles Johnson, showing that he has a good one too. In the second round, both guys are they tagging each other. They just, they're starting to cook up, make it a scrap. But, at the end, you can see Charles Johnson is building up for something. Like, he even threw a spinning elbow, he's building up for that striking. And then in the third round, his nickname is the parlay killer, the prospect killer. I don't know what you want to call it. Prospect destroyer. This guy in the third round starts off with another spinning elbow, but stayed up in the striking the whole entire time in this fight. I felt like Johnson had like more pressure to Joshua Van, and he caught him with a right hook pretty nasty that stumbled Joshua Van, but then catches him with a nice uppercut that knocks him out. Charles Johnson, ground and pound, get him off. He wins. This guy is he's on a nice win streak, man. The guy from the 414 is just doing his job, man, beating guys in a nice, exciting way. Not like Ian Gary, but whatever. He got the job done. And Joshua Van, bro, he's kind of too small for that. He's kind of too small for this division, bro. He's like short and stocky, and if he doesn't have a granite chin, like, he's just gonna get knocked out. And hopefully he gets a win in his next fight. He's a young guy, 22, still has time to learn. But great job, great win by Charles Johnson. I picked Van to win. But that's what happens, man, when you go up against the prospect destroyer, the parlay killer. I did not expect this man to get him knocked out, but good job. This one right here, man. We gotta talk about this one. Abdul Razak Alhassan versus Cody Brundage. In the first round, Cody Brundage, I don't know if he got that inner Bo Nichols in him after losing to him. He goes for the takedown. And Abdul Razak Alhassan, I went back twice, bro, to see this. Like, twice. Because I could not believe what he was doing. The UFC gifted this man with Cody Brundage, a trash can. What does this guy do? Decides to throw 20 illegal back of the head hits, straight elbows. There was like 2 sequences where it was just consistent elbows to the back of the head. And eventually, like, Dan Mergliotta was like, yo, like, what are you doing? I told you you're hitting him in the back of the head. And this man should have got DQ'd. I'm sorry, bro. He's basically he's spamming back of the head elbows, and they were not accidental. They were saying, "Oh, they're accidental." Like, come on, UFC, this man's cheating out here, and you gave him a trash can in Cody Brundage, and he's just there, bah, bah, bah. Like, Abdul, get out! Like, you need to be cut from the UFC. There was absolutely no way the UFC gives you somebody so trash and you decide to just illegally, like, try to demolish him, bro. And at the end they called it a no contest, and I'm just here like, what the fuck, dude? It's a shame, bro. It's a shame. There were some fights in this card that were like, oh shoot, it was a pretty decent card, but there were some fights on this card that were like, come on, bro, like, do better. Like, well, you shouldn't even. Well, it is a prelim fight, but Abdul Rahassid, like, you should be banned from the sport. Like, what you did to Cody Brundage is unacceptable, bro. 20 illegal hits to the back of the head. Come on, bro. And people are saying, like, oh, Cody Brundage, you're weak, you know. Some of those didn't even land, you know. But, like, come on, bro. You really think he's gonna, like, continue fighting? He's gonna get knocked down and get more CTE after how much CTE this man just got from that? Abdul Rahassid, you're a shame. You're a shame. You should have got DQ'd. Hope the UFC cuts you for that bullshit. Whatever. On to the next fight. This fight right here. Well, this was... I kind of predicted that... Well... Julian Juicy J. Erosa versus Christian Rodriguez. I said in my prediction video that somebody was going to get a performance bonus in this fight. I know Juicy J got a performance bonus. I haven't even checked. Juicy J had to get a performance bonus. If he didn't, UFC, what the hell is wrong with you? First round, these guys were tagging each other, bro. Julian knocks out C-Rod's mouthpiece. That we thought it was Julian's mouthpiece, but when we see it was C-Rod. And C-Rod was, like, kind of, like, weird in this fight. Like, he didn't know how to, like, you know, get to Julian. And Julian threw a nasty elbow and was just pressuring C-Rod in the first round. And Erosa, like, no, C-Rod catches Erosa's kick, and they go to the ground, and somehow, someway, C-Rod gets on top, but Julian Erosa locks in a ghillie from the bottom, locks it in, and fraud checks Christian Rodriguez after the 4-win streak he was on. Body triangle from the bottom. Gilly was crazy by Juicy J. Like, come on. No one expected that. And C-Rod just immediately taps like, I'm done, bro. Juicy J out here. Fraud check-in Christian Rodriguez. I put Christian Rodriguez to win. But I did say, man, I love me some Juicy J. Juicy J showed why. Should have gone with Juicy J. And I hope he gets that performance bonus. That was pretty nice, man. A Gilly from the bottom like that. You don't see that at any fight night card. Juicy J, good job, man. I like that. It was pretty decent. It was pretty good. We got Gabriel Bonfim versus Ange Lossa. This fight showed that Denver's altitude takes a toll on you, man. If you don't have that cardio, man, you're just gonna be. You can tell from this fight. And in the first round, Lossa is just using all his energy, like he's trying to finish Gabriel Bonfim. He gets a single leg and takes him down, but Bonfim gets back up and he starts throwing jab. He threw a jab that it like caught Ange Lossa, and I think like Ange Lossa's foot got caught in the cage. But whatever, Ange Lossa was there, body slams him, gets on top. And the funniest thing. You can see like Dominic Cruz on his phone taking a story of the fight, and I'm here like, bro, there's no way we're paying these commentators. Like, not me. There's no way the UFC's paying these commentators, and Dominic Cruz is like, just like doing a little story in the middle of a fight. I guess he knew this one was gonna be boring, so I'm not even gonna like shit on Dominic Cruz, bro. But second and third round, it was kind of like mostly the same thing. In the second round, Bonfim tried getting a Gilly from the bottom. He did that in the third round too to end it. But Bonfim the whole entire time was just flowing, just jabs, uppercuts, good body kicks. And Ange Lossa's just there, just like doing nothing, like no activity. Like, you expect to win with no activity, just like they're like getting like being Gabriel Bonfim's punching bag. And I'm just here like, bro, do something for yourself. Show that you at least improved in this fight. Like, the only person to me that improved in that fight right there was Gabriel Bonfim. And it showed that Bonfim's not like crazy, bro. Like, bro, Jean Silva can destroy Bonfim. But, dude, like, Ange Lossa, like, do something, man. You're just there like, oh. But whatever. In the third round, Bonfim, same game plan, 1-2. Lossa went for a takedown, but gets stuffed. Just no activity from Lossa. And great job by just Bonfim using knees, jabs, just, using his arsenal really well. Body kicks, and Bonfim gets the win, and I predicted Bonfim to get the win. And yeah, that's what happened. Fight of the night. Probably fight of the year, bro. Let's be honest, bro. Dober versus Jean Silva. This should have been the main card, brother. This right here should have been the main card. Jean Silva is crazy, bro. We're going to talk about Jean Silva right now, bro. Because I like, the whole entire time I was like out of my chair, like, just like, bro, this guy is insane. And I picked him to win because I was like, bro, he's faster on the feet. He's with the fighting nerds. The fighting nerds are like taking over the UFC right now. But, bro, this guy is on another level. This guy, 2 weeks coming off knocking out Charles Jourdain. Yes, he missed weight, but he's fighting up a weight class in light heavyweight when he's a true featherweight. Brother, in the first round, this man's doing. First of all, give some credit to Drew Dober. My bad, I'm just like glizzing on Jean Silva, but Drew Dober, Hell of a chin, bro. You always had a hell of a chin. You're always a warrior out there. I love you, Drew Dober, man. I even said in my prediction video, I love me some Drew Dober, man. I don't want to see him lose, man. I don't like seeing Drew Dober lose, but man, when it's a fight like this, dude, Jean Silva using good ass body kicks, throwing good 1-2s down the pipe. Drew Dober literally just bang, doing his 1-2 as well. But man, Jean Silva like doing antics though, and he's still flowing in the pocket, man. This man's still doing his thing, and when he's in his zone, that shit is crazy, man. Bro, in the second round, Drew Dober goes for a takedown, and like I feel like Drew Dober's game plan should have been to try and take this man down. Like you're a true light heavyweight. You have 10 pounds over this guy, but dude, Jean Silva gets up, and it's just back and forth, and Drew Dober's wearing that cut on his head, bro. That it was caused by a nasty hook, bro. This man, Jean Silva's on another level, dude. And then to end the round, this shit really brought me up from my chair. This man times the most nastiest spinning elbow that wobbled Drew Dober. Nasty, bro. Wobbled, like, Drew Dober was in trouble. Luckily, it was the end of the round. But, dude, that cut. Like, it's on the screen, but that cut on Drew Dober's head over here, bro. I can't even... Whatever. That cut on Drew Dober's head was so freaking nasty, bro. Blood is just gushing. And then in the start of the third round, like, Jean Silva's, like, just still flowing. He throws another spinning elbow, and he points at Drew Dober's face to, like, Herb Dean, like, yo, that cut is nasty, bro. Like, I know you guys are gonna stop this fight. Dude, they showed it up on screen. It was so bad, bro. Something out of a horror movie, like a slasher. But, man, that's why we love Drew Dober, man. I know he has some weak skin, but, man, Drew Dober is a dog out there. Pretty boy fights for real. Give these guys both 50K, man. These guys came to scrap. Jean Silva was a little emotional at the end, bro. At one point I got scared Drew Dober was gonna retire, but bro, it's his hometown. He's the main event. Let him get some mic time. He got some mic time. He was like, yo, this is what MMA is all about. This fight right here, true warrior shit. And he's right, bro. This fight had all of that. This is the real reason why we love MMA. And back to Jean Silva, because man, Jean Silva is something else, bro. Like, Dominic Cruz, like, he went up to, like, the commentary team, and Dominic Cruz literally said, bro, you're on another level with your striking, bro. And Jean Silva, bro, the way he was just flowing on the feet is just an upper weight class, 2 weeks notice. This guy is dangerous. I don't know who he's fighting next, bro. I want to see that fight. Put this man on the sphere. I need to see this man on another card before the end of the year. I know he's fought twice already this year. No, 3 times maybe. Because Wesley Wilson guy, whatever. Wilson, you know what guys I'm talking about. Dude, this was a fight, bro. This right here should have been the main event, because after that, it was like, bro, the next 2 fights, we know they're shit. Like, what we gonna see from the next 2 fights, bro? We just saw the fight of the night right here. And I can't believe we have to talk about it, dude, because I didn't even get a picture for this fight because, bro, Santiago Ponzinibbio deserved to lose this fight. You're fighting a 40-year-old in Denver. The altitude is high. You're the younger fighter. You're more athletic. Man, you're the Spanish commentator, but you're probably the wackest Spanish commentator of all time, bro. Because, bro, in the first round, it just looked like Santiago wanted to cruise to 3 rounds, bro. And Muslim Salikov was like, nah, bro, I'm not letting you have this shit. And he lands an uppercut on something Ponzinibbio, but Ponzinibbio, like, nothing, whatever. And I was like, come on, Ponz, do something. You can't just... You can't let a 40-year-old just smack you like that, bro. Come on, bro. Second round, Salikov doing wheel kicks. Ponzinibbio trying to stand his ground. These guys are like swinging and missing. This was like a boring ass fight. I was probably like not even watching like some of it because I was still like amazed of what we saw from Jean Silva and Drew Dober, and I was just like, bro, what the hell's gonna beat this, bro? What's gonna beat this? Luckily, some funny shit happened in the main event. We'll get to that. But dude, just swinging at air, doing nothing. Ponzinibbio gets a takedown, and it's just hugging his legs, and it's not even doing ground and pound, bro. Like, bro, you're a commentator. You know the criteria, and you're just there hugging this man's legs, bro. And in the freaking third round, Ponzi swinging. And it's just sad, bro. Like, he gets a takedown at the end and doesn't throw punches. And then I'm kind of glad Muslim Salikov won by split decision, bro. Like, Ponzinibbio, you showed your trash, bro. Holland demolished you and you've changed. You're not the same. Like, and Dominic Cruz and the commentary team were like, oh, the crowd's like on their phones and it's boring and it's a technical fight and they know... Bro, they just finished seeing the most craziest fight of their entire like live event. Like, bro, that fight was so crazy. Of course they're gonna be like, yo, the next two fights trash, but we're here because we wasted the money. And let's get to the main event, bro. Let's just get to the main event. Tracy Cortez versus Rose Namajunas, bro. This happened in the very first seconds of the first round, bro. I already knew Rose was gonna win, bro. But she just showed that, like, there's levels to this. Even when you're, like, a boring, sorry-ass fighter and Pat Barry's your husband and he's your pedo daddy, whatever. Drops Tracy Cortez with a nice left, right? And with the right, she knocks her eyelash out of the octagon. Like, if you can find a video, that shit is flying, bro, like a fly in the octagon. And brother, it just showed that there's levels to this, man. And honestly, we were all just here to see Tracy Cortez's butt jiggle the entire time. Pray to see some grappling going on, which we kind of did. Some cage, dirty boxing. And dude, that was so funny, bro. That eyelash just flying out of the octagon. Oh my gosh. And then in the second round, Tracy obviously tries to bring the fight to Rose, but it's like, Rose was a UFC champ for a reason, bro. And Rose gets out of it. And she takes Rose down. Rose gets out of it. It's just a better striker, and I wanted her to throw more leg kicks in here, but obviously Rose is just I could cruise through this, bro. It's just a pretty girl in the UFC. This is just another page, bro. Just a little better. You see. If you guys didn't see my prediction video, I had to go get that Rose, bro. I was supporting Rose the entire time. I gotta get that Rose. And second round, when it ended, they had the camera on Tracy Cortez and her team. Her coaches suck, bro. They knew that she was gonna lose this fight, and they had no idea how to give her advice, bro. They were just like, yeah, do this. You gotta take the fight to her. And it's like, bro, you need some new coaches, Tracy. I don't know. They've probably been with you for a long time, but you need some new coaches. But she was on the chair, and she looks up. She looks up at the screen, and she sees her eyelashes gone, and she's like, man, fuck, man, that eyelash cost me like $40 to do or some shit. And bro, it just shows how weak women's MMA is, bro. Like, you can't be dolled up for a fist fight. You gotta be here to bang, bro. And it's just like, third round, Tracy Cortez. Like, in all the rounds from here, third, fourth, and fifth, Tracy Cortez is there trying to like swing her way at Rose, and Rose every single time takes her down. In the third round, she tries to get a ghillie off her bag, but Tracy Cortez gets out of it. She gets a takedown of her own, but it doesn't happen. Rose takes her down. Had good back position for most of the whole round. And Tracy gets up with like 40 seconds left, and Rose like throws a front kick that lands, and that was the end of the third round. Fourth round, Tracy tries to get scrappy again, but Rose just takes her down. They're on the fence. And, you know, it's just like Rose is like distance striking, you know, 1-2 jab. Not even a 1-2, just a jab and a straight. Nothing like really crazy. She takes down Tracy again to end the round. Fifth round, it was kind of like the same thing. But, dude, Rose is like, there's levels to this. And Tracy, you can't just be a pretty girl with a big ass. Even though it was nice to see, man. It was something different, bro. There's not a lot of pretty UFC fighters like that. And I kind of did make like a women's, how do you call it? A women's baddies list. Baddies tier list, but I haven't dropped it yet. If you want me to drop it, let me know. But dude, it just shows that you can't have women's MMA as the main event, man. Like, if that Dober Jean Silva would have been the main event, bro, we all MMA fans would have been happy going to sleep. We still are, but we would have been. Good night. Thank you for these fights. Even though these last two were shitty. But, bro, it just shows women's MMA is a joke. I picked Rose to win. She won. How'd I do in this card? Let me see. I was... picked Josh Fremd. I picked Andre Petrovski as 1. Santos 2. 2-1. 3-1. 3-2. That Cody Brundage one out versus whatever doesn't count. 3-2. 3-3. 4-3. 5-3. 5-4. 6-4. Did alright on the card. Man, it's just, at least this card had something, and it was in a live event, bro. Because next week's card in the Apex, oh my god, it's not gonna be like this. It's gonna be 10 times worse, bro. But yeah, this was my breakdown of UFC Denver, Rose Namajunas, Tracy Cortez. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. JNAPS MMA. I'm dropping these videos for y'all. Yo, thank you so much for giving me so much love on that Peyton Tabak video. Y'all giving me some love on the Sean Strickland one, Mr. Captain America. Come on, dog. Subscribe. I'm gonna keep bringing videos for y'all, man. Peace and love. JNAPS MMA. I'm out.